Okay, the backyard gate is locked. So the exterior video is going to be in two sections. This is the alley. The house faces north. Excuse me, the house faces south. So this is the alley in the north. This is where some of the rain gutters drain out from. Rain gutter downspouts. Fences are beyond the scope of this inspection, but it looks like it's okay, you know. I mean, a couple of little loose rails and things like that, wood ground contact. Fences last about 14 years. They might last longer. Mine did. I hope yours does. You just know the fences are beyond the scope of the inspection, but this isn't. A tree shouldn't be closer than 25 feet to a slab foundation. Any foundation for that matter. Now, because it has been wet, then we're going to mix a few of these things up. We're going to incorporate some stuff. This is the gas meter. It's in the alley. It's outside of the fence. It's on the west side of the driveway. Because in regards to plumbing, to plumbing and electrical, we're going to share some of these observations. Coming along, the International Residential Code says that the ground shouldn't be closer to the brick than 4 inches. Texas Real Estate Commission, they say 6. Either one, it's not doing it. Okay, it's high soil. The garage casement, I take notes here a little bit as I go along the way. So, keep the casement statement, strike the lintel statement, which you won't need to know about. So, we got a little bit of negative drainage right in here. And this garage overhead door entry casement, it shouldn't be this close to the sidewalk. Otherwise, capillary action, just like celery in science class in school, you know, the wood soaks the moisture up off of the wet concrete, the wet floor, and it starts to rot towards the ends there. With this negative drainage right here, is that going to happen? You bet it's going to happen. This is the garage overhead door. It's a panel door. That's the first, second, third, fourth panels, whether it's bricks or panels or shingles. Then you always start, one is at the bottom, or stairs. We don't have any stairs at this home. This is the garage car entry overhead door. This is the casement where it comes in. And over here in this low area where we got the low drainage, we see we got a little bit of separation going on here. And see that little greasy mark right there? Okay, that comes off of a pelt. That's the oils off of a rat trying to get in there. Or a squirrel. By the time a squirrel gets into your roof, it's a roof rat. Okay, now, I'm not sure what that is. It's just distorted. It's not the story I wanted to say, but I can look in here and see that these vents are clogged. I wanted a better example than that, but not that they're clogged, but I mean that's obvious. You can see these vents. This is the air intake into your attic. This is what makes your attic breathe. This is what keeps your ceilings dry. Okay, we already mentioned that we've got high soil here, right? We've got some surface drains that have been installed, and it's my understanding that this house has experienced some foundation repair. That's not unusual. It's not unusual. We're in North Texas. Not unusual at all. We're looking for stability. So we've got high soil along here. This little white pipe right here, that's the control wires to your lawn sprinkler system. That's a conduit to protect the low voltage control wires to your zones for your lawn sprinkler system. Some of your rain gutters discharge below grade, some others don't. Some are above grade. We'll see that. This piping coming in here to the home. Okay, I've been learning a couple of things here. Okay, this is allowable. Now, some of your appliances is not, but this right here, that's allowable. That's your main shutoff valve to the gas to the house. Over here on the west side of the garage. And it does take a wrench. Parallel is on, perpendicular is off. Coming along here, this pipe right here, that's the overflow drain for the water heater. And that won't be in the water heater video because, you know, I'm going to have to, and it's been raining, I got to keep my shoes dry. So anyway, this is not supposed to terminate higher than 6 inches from the ground. And this is also what's known as a clue, because I'm only seeing one drain line, and water heaters should have a safety pan. I haven't seen the water heater yet. Water heater should have a safety pan, and it should drain to the exterior as well. And I'm only seeing one pipe that terminates too high, higher than 6 inches. One thing I'm noticing about this gas line, is I'm not seeing any electrical bonding. Now I expect to see it on the furnace, but I don't know that yet. And this folk art plaque right here, that's for the clothes dryer. And I know that because the clothes dryer is right in here, and I came to open the windows. Alright, so you should have a vent hood, and it should have a backdraft flap on it. It doesn't have any of those things. More high soil. Now this is what's known as a clue. You see this brick all the way down here? What is that? 50 feet? We don't have any control joints. Some people call them expansion joints. Call them what you will. It's like the joints out in the street. We expect things to move. If you don't have control joints, then your wall's going to move on its own. Where all these repairs are, your wall's going to move on its own. It's going to make its own control joints. It's going to make its own control joints right there. That's why we put them in here, but this house wasn't built with them. Another thing that I'm not seeing on this house, I haven't noticed it yet, I can change my mind. I'm not seeing any weep holes. Okay, brick is porous. Brick is a great material for the exterior. Unless you're repointing it, it's permanent. Unless you paint it, it withstands fire. Now, it's a wood house. It's got wood, this is a fascia on a wood frame, but the brick withstands fire. It's a good insulator. Brick is a very, very good product to have. We have some more of your control joints, stair-step cracks. See all that? The one characteristic about brick is that it's porous. It's very porous. So it will allow water in. We know it allows a certain amount of water in. It rained this morning. Probably water got into the wall. And the walls have drainage planes. They're supposed to. I can't see if it does or doesn't. They're supposed to have drainage planes. And then it comes out, and it's supposed to come out through weep holes. And we do not have any weep holes. Now, Texas Real Estate Commission they don't say that I have to tell you that control joints or weep holes are even a deficiency. But they really are. The house is built this way. What are you going to do? It's easy to install weep holes. I didn't think so, but I learned weep holes are pretty easy. The control joints, it kind of is what it is. It really is. So you need to talk to somebody. Say, don't want to put weep holes in there. It's been performing for 40 years. It's been performing. See all this negative drainage? And we do have negative drainage here. If you put weep holes in there, you're going to let the water come in. So what's the answer? I don't have the answer. I'm telling you that you don't have weep holes. I don't have the answer. I opened all the windows, not all of them, but most of them. Opened most of the windows to let the house aerate. I went in with a mask. So now when the house aerates and I feel good about the aerosols in the air and this house is vacant, then I will go in without my mask, so that you can hear my enunciations and my pronunciations and my diction and my grammar and my accent. And, for better or worse, you'll be able to hear me as I'm speaking to you in real time. More mortar repair. Lawn sprinkler heads should not be closer to the structure than 12 inches. This is the lawn sprinkler part. You know what else I've noticed about the lawn sprinkler? And I could change my mind, but so far I have not seen a weather sensor. Trees too close. This is a little Japanese maple. Sure is. Oh, 7. I hope it's a Japanese maple. Might be hemp. It is a Japanese maple. Okay, we have high soil here. Now this kind of goes into the termite inspection, the wood destroying insect inspection. I have that license. I can talk like this. Wood mulch should not be so close to the structure that it's beneath the drip edge lines. That is considered conducive conditions for wood destroying insects. And I'm doing a wood destroying insect report on this house today, so we'll have that. Coming over here, I'm not sure what that guy is. Oh, I know what this is. It's called a clue. Okay. This house has a sprinkler system, a fire suppression system. This box is conducive to wood destroying insects, by the way. But the house does have a fire suppression sprinkler system. That's a good thing. Let your insurance company know. High soil, wood mulch. High soil, wood mulch. Going. Now right here where the roof covering comes down, did I get all that dirty? Can we clean you off? Is that better? Okay, the rain gutter butt ends are not supposed to be closer to the brickwork than an inch. Maybe it's 2 inches. But you know, all I'm really looking for is an inch. The rain gutter is not supposed to butt up next to the brick. And then when you come and the wall is perpendicular to the rake edge, and right here we should have kick out flashing so that water is directed into the rain gutter that's not butted up against the wall. That's what we should have. And then coming up here, that little board up there, it's called a freeze board. And see the mitered corner right there, how it's separated a little bit? That's how we know the building's been moving. That's one of the signs. When you read the report, then you'll I'll say, how did I know the house was moving? I'm going to say movement up there. Okay, now these windows are a little different than these windows. These windows right here and the garage car entry, okay, that has a fascia board over it. It doesn't have brick. These windows, okay, they have a lintel installed over them. If you remember, I said strike the lintel statement for the garage door when I first started this video. Well, that applied to the garage door. There's a different statement for these lintels. I mean, these lintels, anytime you have lintels that are supporting the brickwork, what's above the windows? Brick. Well, what about brick? It's porous. What do you mean porous? It lets water in. Were you trying to tell me that we need weep holes over the lintels of the brickwork? And that's exactly what I'm trying to say. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Bushes too close, mulch, high soil. We've got a doorbell system, by the way. I inspect doorbells. I mean, I see if they work or not. But these communication systems, and doorbells for that matter, but communication systems are beyond the scope of this inspection. I just like to listen to a Marine. Okay, on your luminaries, when they come in here and they're attached to the walls like this, they should be sealed to help prevent moisture from getting inside. We got a lintel over here. Now it's inside your portico. Like that name? Fenestrations, porticos. I got the names. Alright? So, but anyway, even though it's inside the portico, if you have a lintel that's supporting brick, it should have a weep hole. Now this is the electric receptacle outlet for the front porch. Looks like it's GFCI protected. Let's check that. And I get it. We're in the portico, so it's kind of protected. But you're supposed to have. See, these are old school, and we got it. GFCI, just like that. Can you reset it? Yeah, we can. All right, but it should have an in-use cover, bubble cover. Some people call them, but it's an in-use cover. And what it means by in-use is you can plug things into it, like your Christmas lights, and then close the cover, and then water can't get in. This cover does not allow water in, or helps prevent water from entering. All right, so long as it's closed. But if you plug something in, then it no longer performs that function. Luminary should be sealed. High soil, wood mulch. We get it. We get lawn sprinkler heads closer than 12 inches. Excuse me. Moving on along, high soil mulch, butt ends, no kick out flashing. Ooh, look at that one. I wonder if the other one looks like that. I have to go back and look. All right. I don't know if you can focus. There we go. Look at the wood damage on that board there is called the soffit. Look at the wood damage on that baby. Okay. See that hole where the water comes out right on the roof covering? That's probably not the best design. Probably not the best design at all. Okay, we're finding things. That's what we do. We're finder outers. These are the clean outs for your sewer system. You got a double clean out. That's a good thing. You got a double clean out. What's interesting is you're missing a cap. So the way that You got a cloth tape cap on your sewer clean out right outside of the second or your east or your southeast. Call this bedroom whatever you want, but that's sewer gases and that's your bedroom window. There's a little math here. It doesn't take a lot. Not a lot of math. Rain gutters, some of them are above grade. And like I said, we had good rains this morning. And this is what they do. This is what they do. Now this might not be so bad if the yard was healthy, but it's not. We've had all this disruption here, I believe, from foundation repair. We've had all this disruption right here. So if once the little yard is established, this might not be so severe. But this is a pretty dramatic, example of why a lot of people like rain gutters that discharge rain gutter downspouts that discharge below grade and they come out a little farther in the yard. Here's another thing. Are you going to have a yard crew? Or maybe you want to do your own yard. Are you going to be hitting that with a lawnmower? Is that going to last? Is that going to look good for a long time? I doubt it. It's going to get stepped on. It's going to get crushed. It's going to get mowed on. It's going to get weed-eated. All those things are going to happen to that. Moving on along, this is the condensing unit for the air conditioning system. This is the roof. And when I was on the roof, you saw that video. I think it was, the video before this one. 2 videos before this one, because there's going to be an attic video. But I said that sumping wasn't, I called this a deflection. Well, I think we've got a little bit of sumping over here. Right there, where the ridge, and that ridge is humping right there. Sometimes you don't see things so much when it's in your face. Sometimes you have to step away from it. So I'm also going to have sumping over here, and I'm going to have this ridge deflection over there. Moving on along. I think we had fences. Our fences came out this far. I saw this on the other side. This would be the master. Excuse me. We do not have. Okay, this would be the main bedroom suite east wall window. Stair-step cracks between the brick and mortar. Stair-step cracks between the brick and mortar. All these cracks have been repaired. I usually am pretty good about articulating how many cracks are and stuff. I don't have to. All I have to do is say cracks. That's all I have to do. Cracks. You got cracks. Stair-step cracks in the brickwork. But I like to note these things. I do. And but I'm not going to have so many notes on this report because we've had so much repair. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Now, when you have a fence, we started at a fence and ending at a fence. When you have a fence that's this close to the house, okay, and under here, okay, by design, this is conducive to wood destroying insects. So I'm going to say that the high soil, this isn't high soil, but I'm going to say that the high soil around the corner, the wood mulch is conducive. This right here, I'm going to say it's conducive by design. Plumbing is conducive by design. Everybody wants a house with plumbing in it. I don't know why. Some people just like to take a bath. Some people want to drink water. So we're going to have, some people want to keep their dogs in the fence. Some people want a reasonable expectation for some security. So, a fence is conducive by design. There's another thing about this. I'm just kind of running this out. There's a little bit of wood rot in there. Okay. Is in regard to I started the video off saying that fences were beyond the scope of a TREC inspection, but this is now the Texas Structural Pest Control Board, the Department of Agriculture pest inspection. Fences are beyond the scope of the inspection after 6 feet. You can get somebody to come out and just look at your yard. You can have somebody come out and look at your fence. But this wood destroying insect inspection is about the structure specifically.